It's Seth Rudetsky. We're back here on Seth Speaks. She's not Connie Francis. She's not Larry Gatlin. She's an Oscar winner, Miss Marlee Matlin. Shake it. Okay, that's Marlee Matlin in one mic, and her interpreter, Jack Jason, is actually going to be speaking and interpreting. Now, he claims his last name is Jason. I don't believe he looks Jewish. I'm sure it's like Goldfarb or Schwartzbaum. The point is, let's just call him Jack for now. And Marlee is starring right now in Spring Awakening, which you're amazing in. You're bewigged, though. You look a lot more mature in that show.
Well, it's because, I mean, some days at night, I want to be older, and in the daytime, I'm younger. So that's the way I describe it.
I totally buy it. You actually do look very matronly in the show. And I guess my first question is...
I do? Really? Matronly?
Yes, dear. You're playing a mother. You look matronly.
I'm a mother of four in real life, but am I supposed to look matronly too?
I'm not. Okay, audience, shut up. Second of all, I look patronly. I have a daughter. Marlee, let me. 1,000 things I want to ask you. But first of all, I heard that it took some arm twisting for you to agree to do Spring Awakening. What the hell was that about?
It did. It was a big thing. I mean, for 30 years, I had not done any theater. So, I mean...
Why is that? Are you Barbra Streisand?
No, because I love doing television and film. And I don't have to worry about messing up my lines because I get second and third takes. I'm a perfectionist, so I want to be perfect. Until, however, I learned that when I got here, that I was bowing down to everyone and every single person who does theater because I really now have learned to... I mean, I have the utmost respect for everybody, every actor on stage. I've never had seen this before, and it was great.
I'm in love with theater.
Yeah, I'm in love with theater.
Wait, I love that story. So let me ask you something. So I know you won the Oscar for Children of a Lesser God, but you never played the role on Broadway?
No, I didn't play the role. That was the beautiful Phyllis Fralick.
Right, who passed away.
Yes, and she did. She won the Tony for that. She passed away last year. She won the Tony for that. And so, I mean, I'm really sad that I'm on stage and she's not around to see it because she's the one person who I would have loved to have had seen me on stage doing this show.
Of course. Is there any chance of doing a revival of Children of a Lesser God?
There is actually a revival in the works, but I'm not going to be in it.
Son of a...
No, move on. Moving on.
That's sad. Okay, so hold on. So you were fearful of... Now, let me explain to my audience.
No, let me go back. The revival for Children of a Lesser God is going forward. Mark Medoff, who is attached, of course, since he wrote the play, is part of the revival. So I'm looking forward to seeing the revival. But as for me being in it, no, thank you very much. Now let's move on.
Okay, basically said that already, but fine. Okay, so let me ask you something. So Spring Awakening, for people that don't know, basically it's a musical that was on Broadway around 8 years ago. And for this version, half the cast is deaf and half the cast is not. And it's very, very creatively interpreted where certain people are the singing voice for the deaf people, and for Marlee, who doesn't sing in the show, someone is a speaking voice. You play how many characters?
I play 3 characters.
You play
Unfortunately,
3?
I don't have the opportunity to sign songs like the deaf actors do. But thank goodness for all of you that I actually don't have to sing because you wouldn't want to hear me sing anyway.
Well, there are a lot of people on Broadway I wouldn't want to hear sing, but it's all good. They still do it anyway.
Well, then it's a good thing I'm deaf because I don't have to hear them.
Finally! Bravo. Okay, so talk to me. So I am curious, what finally talked you into doing it? Because you didn't want to do it. Who did it?
Well, it was, I had some people in my sort of circle of friends who really believe in my work, and I asked them, I said, should I do this? And they said, yes, come on, it's time for you to do this. Michael Arden is one,
the director
of the production. He texted me and he said, well, actually, because I was a fan and a big supporter of Deaf West Theater, which is the production company that's put on the show.
And Big River and other shows.
Yeah, so they did it in Los Angeles. In any case, DJ Kurz, who is the artistic director, and who took over for Ed Water Street, has always asked me to be part of Deaf West, and I've always said no over the years. And finally, Michael Arden, who I met over lunch in Los Angeles, he just thought it was going to be a casual lunch. And after I saw the 2 productions that they did in L.A., we talked, and he felt me out, and I was sort of feeling him out about whether I should do this or not. And then somewhere around June or July, he said, hey, Marlee, we're going to Broadway. And please, give us the honor of having you join our production. And it took me 3 weeks to answer him because, thank goodness, because Jack, who always gets into my business and always gets in my face, was in Greece at the time, so he wasn't there to bug me about it.
Oh,
And
that's you.
That's me. I'm talking about myself, you
Yeah.
see. I do this all
Not
the time.
that flattering.
Yes, anyway, so Jack is a lovely person and wonderful and so talented. See, in fact, he likes to say this about himself. In any case, so Michael asked me to be part of the production. It took me 3 weeks to decide, and then everyone was hearing that I was being asked to be in the production.
Oh.
And I asked my family and asked my kids, and I asked them if they knew anything about Broadway, and they looked at me like they rolled their eyes. They're like, "Are you kidding us? We know Broadway." And I mean, they're not that stupid. They know what Broadway is, and so I didn't know. And then I said, "Well," they said, "When are we going to see you?" And I said, "Fine." And that's when I decided.
Did you move your kids here?
No, I moved here for 5 months, but the kids aren't. I mean, just the production. I'm leaving at the end of January to go back.
How old are the kids?
My kids are 19, 15, 13, and 11.
So what do you do at night? Do you Skype with them?
No, I mean,
You haven't spoken to them in 5 months?
We do FaceTime. No, you guys are spoken. No, wait. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have kids? Yes,
Exactly. I picked up on that. When the mouse is away, whatever the hell the expression is.
Thank goodness for the technology that we call FaceTime. And I talk to them all the time. We text anytime during the day, anytime during the night. I have a wonderful husband who's amazing. And not to mention my wonderful mother-in-law who helps out as well.
Wonderful mother-in-law. I've never heard that adjective before the word mother-in-law.
The best. She is the best.
Is
She
this only
the
because she has SiriusXM? You're trying to be nice. She's listening to the show.
best. Maybe.
Okay. I picked up on that. Do all your kids sign?
If they feel like it,
And if not, why do you have to read their lips?
I turn away.
Ooh, I do that to my dog. When my dog jumps up at me, you're supposed to turn away when you don't like the behavior. I love that. Do it to kids too.
No, dogs don't talk back though.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
No, when they jump up, you're supposed to turn away so they don't jump on you. That's what they told me.
Oh, well then they jump up. They want to play.
That's what I say. My husband makes me do it. I'm blaming him. James, you are busted. I know. I wanted to. She's a good girl. Where was I? Okay, so let's go back. So when you were a kid, when did you go like, ooh, I want to be an actress? Who were you watching and thinking that's who I want to be?
Well, I actually, I spent a lot of time in the bathroom when I was a young kid, signing stories to all those, characters, to songs, to characters who signed back to me in the mirror. And my parents started to get a little worried about that.
Yeah, it's a little crazy because
Exactly. That. So, I heard that, by the way. I can hear on Tuesdays, by the way, Marlee just said. That joke didn't go anywhere. They didn't get the joke.
He didn't?
No, they didn't
Went
get
over
the joke.
his head?
Yeah, over the head. That's okay.
Repeat the joke for the audience one more time.
So, Marlee said, I heard that, and then she said, I can hear on Tuesday.
No, today's Wednesday, so the joke bombed.
Today's not Tuesday.
How do you sign after you say that? Okay, busted. All right, continue. So you parents are black.
Okay, so let's start over.
Hilarious.
Oh no, God.
So, see, performing on Broadway mixes up my days. I just get all confused.
I know. I
Anyway,
totally know what you mean, though.
Anyway, so, thank you. So what was the question again?
You were saying as a child you were crazy.
So my mom saw me, there was a production, actually a theater production near our house called the Center on Deafness, a place where I could be more productive with my talents, and it was called the Center on Deafness, a few miles from our house in Chicago. And so from then on I did plays in sign language, and when I got to high school I stopped because I wanted to play with boys, not play with plays. And...
We have a 15-year-old. I don't want to hear that.
Yes, today's Wednesday. Okay, I can hear that too. And so then I auditioned for the play Children Lesser God in Chicago in a small production there. And that's where Paramount discovered me. And then, of course, the rest is
Wait.
history.
How did Paramount discover you from an audition? Oh, you mean you did the play in Chicago?
Well, what happened was that I was performing in a smaller secondary role, the role of Lydia. And they were looking for somebody to play the lead of Sarah. They'd been looking for 4 years, apparently. And so they came to videotape each one of us in our respective roles.
Oh, wow.
And according to Randa Haynes, the director of the film, she saw me in the background and wanted to see me in the lead. And I said, no, I mean the person who was playing the lead. I was 19 at the time. And the person who was playing the lead, I said, no, she should be seen. So I said, okay, well, no, I'll just do it. And I auditioned for the role. And then I came to New York and auditioned with William Hurt.
Oh.
And then the next thing I knew is I got the role.
Okay, wait. It's so crazy. Like, it's the kind of thing where, like, when you heard the role was being created, didn't you think, I have to get this role? How many other leading roles would there be for a deaf woman? Weren't you
Well,
freaking
actually,
out?
I mean, I didn't see. I'm not a fan of competition. I'm lying.
Thank you. I was going to say, what the hell? You're an actress. What a liar.
I'm totally lying. I wanted that role badly, but I didn't quite understand the audition process because I'd never really experienced how to audition for a film before. So
Oh.
maybe it was good that I was clueless. It's the same thing of when I got the Oscar. I didn't understand the whole nomination process about how to go to the Oscars, all that sort of stuff. I didn't know that you had to have the best dress. I didn't know that you had to have, all the parties. I didn't have any clue what it entailed. And that was good, I think, for me.
So many people say that to me, and now that they know about it, they become obsessed with awards. But when they don't know about it at the beginning,
That's
it's...
too bad.
And that's too bad. That's
Yeah.
too bad.
So you say you want to do TV and film.
I want a Tony.
You want a Tony?
No, she wants a
No,
Tony.
you want a Tony. I love that. So why? So now that you say you love theater, what is it about theater that now makes you love it?
I think it's authentic. It comes out of you right there in the moment. And as they say, before you start the show, they say, just watch. Every night is different. And I said, how is every night different? It's the same lines. The script is the same. The story is the same. How could it be different? And yet, they were 110% right.
Because
It's amazing. It's amazing. I surprise myself every night.
the audience is the character. That's why it
The
changes.
audience, there's a vibe that we share. There's an energy that we share. And my character that I play, I discover, something new each night. And there are different levels within the character that I play. And it's just amazing. What does he say?
It's hard to
Amazi. He says Amazi.
Can you not? Finally, somebody acknowledges that. Now, Cameron Manheim says that the whole cast is young and hot, and they're constantly making out off stage. Is that true?
Actually, I wouldn't comment on the making out
I
part.
will say that.
I won't say that.
How about the having sex part? Thank you.
I'm going to play deaf on this one.
Okay, so Alicia Cambier, very interesting. So you,
No, the whole cast is amazing, and they're so young and talented, and absolutely. I mean, it's an honor for me to work with them. It really is. Cameron and I are the mothers to everybody in the cast. In our dressing room, we have a big bowl of candy, and everyone comes in and grabs a piece of candy. We have a beautiful couch, and they just come in and plop themselves down, and then we just all sit around and chat. And we talk about their careers, we talk about what happens after the show each night, we talk about all the things, and I always say to them the number one thing I say that they should know is save your money. That's the most important thing.
yes.
Save your money, and I hope they listen.
Well, Marlee Matlin, are these young people that want to be actors that are deaf, are they looking to you for inspiration, how to have a long-term career? Because it's a niche market, dear.
It is, and yet I wouldn't say that. I mean, they have come up to me. I mean, Jack can't interpret right now.
Any interpreter?
Any other interpretation?
No, Jack can interpret.
No, I was trying to figure out where she was going with this.
Okay.
So, it's 30 years today, by the way, that we've been working together.
Oh, happy anniversary to you. My show's only in an hour. I don't have any more time. Go, keep going.
Okay, so they come up to me, each one of them, and we just chat about career, and they ask how I started. They asked, who it was that I looked up to, who I have in my circle that helps me with my career, or what it is that they should do in terms of being able to look for work. And I said, as I said, they save money. Network is the most important thing, and be nice, and listen to the people around you. You got to have patience, clearly, but because not everything comes your way, and you have to work for it. And there's a lot more problems because not problems, but there's added difficulty because you're deaf, and people out there don't understand how deaf people work. So you just have to go out and meet. You have to produce. You have to write your own material, whatever it is.
That's what I was going to drive at and say, you've got to create your own work. That's what I really found.
Absolutely. That's why I have my own production company. So, I have to work hard in getting work. But it doesn't stop me from looking for work. It doesn't stop me from creating work.
A lot of times there have been things like, recently there was a cast of Gypsy where Mama Rose was played by a black woman by Leslie Uggams. Is there some classic, amazing role that you want to reinterpret as somebody deaf?
I would love to play somebody who's like a drug addict. I don't know if there's any play that involves that. I would love I love drama. Drama is my forte. I mean, I do love comedy, and I haven't yet really done a full-out comedic role in a film, but I would love to. But yet, in terms of drama, I mean, a drug addict, only because I've been sober for 28 years, and I know exactly what it takes to play that role. And I want to be able to play my heart out as somebody like a drug addict.
Well, for your production company, aren't you asking someone to write you this role?
Anyone out there going to write this?
Anybody? I've got a lot of theatrical listeners. Okay, so now this show is so great. I hope it's going to be nominated for a Tony Award for Best Revival. Do you plan on coming back for the Tony Awards to at least represent?
If they ask me, sure, absolutely.
Would you ever present on the Tony Awards? Have you ever done that?
I would love to. She's already asked.
She's already been asked, or I asked
No,
you?
she's asked. I asked.
That's
already.
great. It's about time. You totally should.
I don't know. I'm waiting.
And do you go see Broadway shows?
Yeah, tonight actually I'm seeing Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
You were able to get a ticket?
But here's the thing, and this is Jack as Marlee's producing partner. We need to get more Broadway shows signed or captioned.
I thought that I've done a lot of Broadway shows, but they've been signed, but they're not very often.
But
Is
not
that it?
if a deaf person wants, like Marlee wants to go see a show, like
Right.
on the spot. It's not. They say, well, wait till March. We have it subtitled. You have to schedule it, or you have to find the money for the interpreter. Or I mean, it's doable. It's doable. Every Broadway show should be accessible. More interpreters, more captioning for deaf people, and make it less expensive to provide that kind of service.
Why don't you come up with a business plan for that? Because I can see that happening.
There already is a plan. They tested it at Spring Awakening, where you sat with your phone. Somebody was in the audience with the script in their computer, and it was downloaded into the computer. Then you click on your phone. As the show starts, it comes up on your phone, so you can walk into any theater. But
then if I'm sitting next to you, I'm saying, turn off your effing phone. You're annoying.
Too bad.
So that you know how to say. Too bad. Okay, sassy. But okay, I could, if there's a certain area, I could totally see that. I think that's a great idea. That way you don't have to wait for a special night to go see the show.
They do it at the opera.
Yes.
They have captions at the
Right.
opera. Why not?
Yeah, no, I think this is great.
Deaf people and hard of hearing people are entitled to go to any production, any Broadway show, just as a hearing person can.
But you need
Who are they to choose when we go to the theater?
I agree, but you have to use your celebrity to make this happen. Because we need a celebrity to be the forefront.
Fine. I'll use my celebrity, but I need a village of people to
Okay, well, this is my radio show, so I think this is a great idea.
Lefties.
Where can people, is there, a central point where they can,
Well, it's probably the Broadway League that is the group.
Charlotte.
Yes, they're great people, and they're behind it. It's just a matter of,
Implementing it.
There's a lot of things involved. It's education, it's exposure to what we as deaf people need, and it's also, because there are theater owners involved, there's producers involved. Who pays? The theater owner? The producers? Is it the production itself?
Well, they add $1 fee for, maintenance in the theater. They can add $1 fee.
Well, look, they put a ramp in for somebody who has a wheelchair. They put Braille in for people who need Braille. Why can't they have it anytime? There are people, they have audio description for people who are visually impaired, but at the same time, it has to be on the spot whenever
you want to go.
Whenever you want to go. Yeah.
I think this is great. I think it's just really people being educated that there's a need for it. I don't think people thought about it.
So you don't have to be mad about it. You just make it happen. Just educate and make it happen.
I think it's great. I 100% support that. Although it's very hard to interpret me because I speak so fast. That's the only issue.
No, you're fine.
Thank you. You're the first person. I literally just got a hostile tweet last week how rude I am because I speak so fast. I blocked him. Anyway, the end of the story is... I gotta laugh.
I did that out of
Marlee, I feel like you're on Twitter, right? I feel like I've seen you on Twitter.
Oh, I'm tweeting all the time because it's so critical. Twitter for me, I think, is good. Social media for me is good because there's discussion that takes place and controversy that takes place, and the reason I'm on it is because it's accessible. I can reach out to anybody, and we can talk back and forth, and it doesn't have to be in sign language. We can discuss. It's just great for that. And for me, I try not to involve in those hateful discussions.
I love it. I love your attitude. Okay, so in conclusion, Spring Awakening is only running till January 24th.
24th, correct.
So you've got to get and hopefully you'll be back on Broadway in a new show playing an addict that's a very sexy mother.
Marlee's just playing deaf again.
Okay, as usual. All right, thank you so much, Marlee Matlin. We love you. Bye-bye.